All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another Tuesday. Chilling podcast.
Tuesday.
It's going to be the same man here in the barbershop once again. I don't know. I figured I would try Tuesday. Feels weird. Said Sunday 72 times. Tuesday it felt wrong, but I do think I should start saying Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Everybody's going to listen to it on Tuesday anyway. But anyway, you just played some basketball.
I did.
Which is impressive.
I did.
Since you're in your 40s, and I sneeze and my elbow. I threw my elbow for real. I sneezed and I threw my elbow out for like a week. Man. It hurt. It fucking hurt, man. You gotta be careful when you.
I'm very careful. I'm very
as you
careful.
Get older. My wife hurt herself. She was just sitting on the couch, and then she was just like, ah, and then she couldn't walk for like 2 days.
I've had those.
Yeah,
I've had those.
You gotta watch out for those.
I've had those, but yeah, by the grace of God, like I said, at 47 years old, I'm still able to run and jump.
Yeah.
I was kind of fucking up at first, though.
Really?
Like my timing was
just rusty, man.
I felt like a dork out
Well,
there.
you've been playing with 8th graders.
No, I played with some.
I know. I'm saying, though, you've been coaching the 8th
Yeah, that kind of warmed me up. You know, I was like, okay, if I can run around with these 8th graders, I got to be able to run around with some motherfuckers.
School and 8th graders, so you're probably just a little rusty.
Yeah. So shout out to the 8th grade team, man. Y'all helped me with my confidence, man. To where I was like, let's see what's up.
Dunking on you, 8th grade. How old are you in 8th grade?
How old was I in 8th grade? I think I was 13, 14.
13. How old you are in 8th grade? Oh, you dunking on you 13-year-olds gave D confidence.
Y'all gave me confidence, man.
Playing basketball.
I was out there busting their motherfucking ass too. But yeah, it gave me the confidence to join this 40 and up league, man. And
so it's like it's a whole league. You got like how many games are you playing?
Well, the way they play, and I thought this was dope, you know, because it is a 40 and up thing, where like if say I come in with a red jersey on, you know, and you're on the blue team, I'm gonna eventually end up on the blue team, and you're gonna eventually end up on the red team. You know, it's kind of like, hey, yo, I'm tired. You know, whoever's tired, no matter whose team.
Oh, okay.
You here. I'm gonna give you my jersey. You might have started on the blue team, but I'm subbing out as a red because I'm tired, and now you on the red team. So I don't know what you would, but I was like, we never played like. I was like, man, this shit is
That's
dope.
Cool.
I've never seen that style of play, so it works out. It works out sweet, you know. So
probably helps make sure people's egos don't get too like, you know, you don't want old dudes out there fighting about.
I was thinking more because some of these motherfuckers out here can't breathe all the way.
Well, yeah, that too. But I'm saying they'll be invested in both teams. You know, probably it takes a little bit of the competitiveness out of it.
Right. And then there's
like people won't be trying quite as hard. People won't
a lot
be
of jump shots.
Yeah. People won't be like trying to posterize people.
I'm trying to go to the rack. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I'm going to the rack. Then they also, what was it? I remember hearing this, but you ever hear of slow break basketball? No, I hadn't either. Well, slow break basketball, and I think this was for like older maybe it was for the older cats, but I don't know. Well, you grab the rebound, no defense. So you can't play defense until they can't play defense until they bring the ball to half court. So you walk the ball up. You can't run the ball up. You got to walk the ball up once you pass half court, then defense. So I'm like, okay, slow break. It's very, very slow. Like,
that's really
you might be the shit at slow break, dog.
You think so?
Yeah, you might be the shit at slow break.
Probably not, man.
I don't know, man. We can get you out there and get you some shots up, man.
Not. I'm not old enough for the 40 and up league.
I guess you're not.
Yeah, so if they made like a special exception and let me play with like the 70-year-old.
I saw a couple older motherfuckers out there, man. I was
fuck around and get a double-double.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had fun with it, though.
I'm some 70. And you're still coaching too?
Yeah, still coaching.
How's that going? How they doing?
We got one game left. We lost yesterday, man. It got a little chippy yesterday, man.
Really?
Yeah, it got a little chippy. The coach was a chick. Shout out to her, man. She had them boys running, man. They were long, man. They were tall. You know, we got some height, but we wasn't as tall as these dudes.
That's like the main thing in basketball, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You can make up for a lot of things just by being tall.
Just by being tall. And that's what used to piss me off. You know, 6'8", 6'9" motherfuckers always get picked first on the court. This motherfucker can't even move. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just tall. Yeah, that shit used to piss me off. But she had them boys running, man. But it's like they didn't like us or something. You know, they wasn't calling calls. I'm like, they was just letting them just reach in on us, man. They pushing. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Blow the whistle. But, we lost. But it was a good game to watch. It was a fun game to watch. We didn't get blew out or anything.
Oh, that's good.
The boys had to play against the refs, man. It was a
That'll
trip.
happen, man.
It was a trip. I think we, because we call ourselves an interracial couple. We the only black dude. My homie's a white dude.
Oh, okay.
So we got that going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So far, we the only ones in the league.
What's your team breakdown like as far as white kids, black kids?
Oh, we got everything.
Really?
Yeah, we got pretty much everything. Couple Latino kids. Our best players, a little Latino kid. We got a Sudanese kid. We got a few white. Yeah, we
You got any Asian kids now that Japanese dude?
No, we don't.
Playing pretty well.
We don't.
Did we talk about Nebraska basketball? Because I think
we haven't in a while.
I think
we
they deserve a
haven't
little bit
been
of
able
attention.
to for a few games.
Yeah, I think they deserve a little bit of attention, man. I think old Fred Hoiberg's doing all the right things, man. Because I mean, you beat Creighton, you beat Iowa, and then now you're doing stuff like beating Rutgers, you beat Maryland in overtime.
Basketball schools.
Yeah,
basketball schools.
That's pretty cool, man. Your like his son is out there winning games,
being a problem. You know what I mean? Guys like that, it's just a problem out there. You know,
we got
what I
a
mean?
Japanese kid.
It's a problem.
Steph Curry's tweeting about one of our players.
Not the first Japanese kid at Nebraska.
You see the picture of his mom and dad?
Uh-uh.
I don't know how to say his name. I don't even want to try to say it.
Tamananga.
Yeah. His first name, Tamananga. I think I got.
Tamanaka.
I don't know if it's Keisei or Casey or.
Sounds like maybe he might be from Hawaii. That sounds Hawaii.
Tamananga. He's Japanese.
Japanese, maybe
straight up.
I don't know.
They call him the Japanese Steph Curry.
Okay.
Yeah. They I think the university flew his parents in for this game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So they're still.
Yeah, his dad is a Japanese dude, but he looks like he's 7 feet tall.
Really?
And his mom, it looks like she's a Japanese lady that's like a normal Japanese lady. It's like 3.5 feet tall.
3'6".
Yeah. So the picture of them, it's like it looks like they're playing.
So his
Tetris.
dad must have played then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I did see we got I don't know if he's any relationship to Manute Bol or Bol in the NBA with the Orlando Magic right now, but we got a 7'2" guy coming in.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how developed he is, but like we just said, just standing there and just being a problem. If you can get the ball on the block 3 to 6 feet away, you should be able to put the ball in the bucket. But yeah, I think he's finally getting the pieces.
Yeah.
Where he can put it together. I mean, the dude coached in the NBA. I mean, he took the Bulls to the playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not easy to get to the playoffs in the NBA. I don't give a fuck who you are.
He's doing what I wanted Scott Frost to do.
Fuck.
But I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Yeah, somebody's
like
doing
this is how I thought it was gonna go for Scott Frost. I thought that Northwestern game in Ireland, I was like, oh, we're gonna beat the shit out of him.
Nah, we actually talked about him yesterday.
Cool.
Who would get a job? Who? I haven't heard if Mickey Joseph's signed anything, but who will get a job before
Scott
one
Frost.
another? You think Scott Frost too?
Easy.
Yeah, we kind of took a poll yesterday in the shop. I was surprised by a lot more people saying Scott Frost.
Yeah, Scott Frost, easy.
You think he'll get a job?
Well,
Mickey?
he'll go be like he'll be the offensive coordinator at a Pac-12 school or something.
Okay, let's say head coach.
Who will be a head coach first?
Yeah, who do you think get a head coaching job first, Mickey or Scott?
I guess it depends on how Mickey's case goes.
Yeah, because they're still that. But Scott,
because he could get it. I don't know. He could
allegedly,
get some kind of
alcoholism. You know what I mean? He would have to get help at the same way Mickey would have to get help.
Yeah.
So I guess they both got uphill battles on that. I said
Mickey.
And
Scott Frost kind of already failed.
Yeah, kind of already failed. Mickey kind of, it was a personal thing more or less than on the football field. I thought Mickey Joseph. I think he would get a job, because they've both been successful coordinators throughout their careers. Mickey Joseph was kind of like the king of the South there for a while. I wouldn't put it past Mickey to end up at a HBCU. I mean, that kind of that's trending down. We got Eddie George.
Just depends on what comes out about it.
We had Ed Reed. I'm still hopeful for Ed Reed, and maybe he'll land on his feet.
I think Ed Reed fucked that up.
I think he fucked it up too. I get what you did.
Valid. He was
very valid.
It was
very
all valid.
Very valid.
He just didn't need to put it on Instagram.
You shouldn't have did it like that. This is a university, brother. You shouldn't have did it like that.
Well, I mean, before you even have the job officially.
Exactly. Like that really confused me. Like,
yeah, before the ink's on paper, man.
Why would you do that, man? I think that could have been a big thing down there. But I wouldn't put it past Mickey to end up in an HBCU. Scott would probably have to go the coordinator route, probably first before he gets an HC job again. But I wish them both, Wish them both well.
Let's see, there's not shit about Mickey Joseph going
Nothing
on right now. No. See if
Anything
there's
about
any-
Scott?
Yeah,
I heard he was on some Arizona's campus a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he bought a house in Arizona, but people are talking about Miami Hurricanes need an offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. OC. Ah,
I could see that.
hey.
I hope he does good too. Like,
I mean, people know. I mean, he kind of, gained a reputation down there too in that area.
yeah, that'd be cool.
He was the shit with the Ducks. I don't know why he left that playbook there. Why he didn't bring that playbook with him, but yeah, he was pretty successful there. I actually remember the game. Speaking of Scott Frost, you remember LeGarrette Blount?
Yeah.
You remember when he punched the guy, Boise State dude?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and it was after the game where Boise State beat Oregon. That game they weren't supposed to. There was a big lineman that ran up on LeGarrette Blount talking shit, and he knocked him out. You just see the dude just crumble. And Scott Frost is the one that put LeGarrette Blount in the full Nelson and just drug him off the field. I was like,
really?
That is a cock-strong-ass white dude right there, man. He just knocked out a 300-pound D lineman, and he just drugged this motherfucker off the field. I'll never forget that shit.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's still on YouTube
I'm gonna have
somewhere.
to Google that. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, but other than that, nobody really talking about Scott Frost.
Yeah, he probably has to get a lot of help.
I mean, he's probably like, if was a real thing, he's got to be in rehab or something.
I hope.
Or have gone or whatever. And that's if any of that was true anyway.
If allegedly, that's why I said
he might just be chilling.
Yeah,
collecting.
Got his bread.
Fucking however millions of dollars.
What was it? 11?
Some credit more than I'll ever have.
11 million dollars.
More millions of dollars than 99% of the people in the world will ever see.
Just disappear. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do. Shit, if I got fired and they were like, "You're fired. Here's $8 million."
Holla at you.
Yeah, be like, okay,
let me get that in all 50s.
See everybody never again.
Let me get that in all 50s, homie.
I mean, that's enough money to just fuck off forever.
Not to mention the few seasons he got, along the way. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm good. I ain't got to do shit no more.
Well, yeah, and like I've already been embarrassed and failed.
Damn, you know what I
I don't
mean?
need to
That's
come
a
back.
whole at the crib
That would
too,
suck,
man. You
man.
came
That
to
would
the
suck.
crib and shitted on yourself, man. Damn.
It'd be hard. Like it'd be so hard to come to work every day, man.
You can't even walk the streets around this motherfucker, man. Somebody might try you, man.
Well, and then you have to, like, at the end of your workday, you have to go sit in a room, and a bunch of news people are going to ask you questions about why you did your job bad. I can't even imagine that. Like, imagine like you fucked up a haircut, and then you had to walk out of here and walk into a room with like the barber council, and they're asking you, yeah, dude, they're asking you right away, like, so you fucked that haircut up. Why'd you do that? Don't you think you should have done that haircut better? And it's like, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't coach them to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
like, shit, man. I don't know. I'd have too much anxiety to do that.
Yeah, because wherever his new beginning is, he's gonna have to answer those questions.
Yeah, I still get anxiety about like calling people on the phone. Like at work, if I have to make a phone call, I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
I'm practicing it and shit.
I talk to this motherfucker, man.
Hello, practicing my phone voice. Yeah, I can't even imagine having to go. Not only explain why you did a bad job, but then have people write what they think about it.
Yeah, because
like other people make money writing about you being bad
digging
at your
up.
job.
Oh shit! And it's way more easier to get that dirt now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, wherever his new beginning is, he's gonna have to answer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
questions.
Me personally, man, I wouldn't be in a hurry to get back into that. That's all I know, man.
That's what I would think.
But
that's what I said.
He knew that was part of the deal.
That's what I said. I told the homies that we probably won't see Scott Frost for a few years. He's still young. In the coaching game, he's still young.
Matt Rule wanted a job.
Then there's that.
Like you get run out of a place. It's like,
Well, that was
I'm gonna chill for a little bit.
That was my topic of discussion. Like, why would you go get a dude that was a loser, as opposed to a guy that was had a couple winning seasons and maybe just was bumping heads with the front office? Why would you go get a dude that wasn't successful on the level he was on?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hold judgment on it because I'm super impressed, man.
Well, the argument was we talked about Dion yesterday, and I can't, me being a barber, I can't, I gotta let everybody else kind of, argue. I gotta pick that middle of the road kind of thing. And I just let it come out, man. I said, nobody wins overnight. Just you, and I've said this before, you may have been a great player, but that shit don't always translate. And they're like, well, look what he did at Jackson State. Okay, Jackson State, mind you, it's college football.
Yeah. But
we talking about 55 mile an hour compared to 100 mile an hour first. We're talking maybe 230-pound D ends chasing your quarterback down to a 305 dude chasing down your quarterback.
That's probably faster than
That's probably fast. Come on, you taking the words right out. That's probably faster than that 220. So there's that. Nobody wins overnight. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, but out of 20-plus some years of owning the NBA team, this is probably the most successful he's been this year. Magic Johnson, probably one of the greatest point guards ever to play the game. But why he was coaching the Lakers he stunk the fucking building up. That shit don't always translate. And after Scott Frost, I think I'm not drinking nobody's Kool-Aid no more.
Yeah, I don't know. I was riding before
I was drunk
hired
on that
anybody.
Kool-Aid.
I was riding the Dion train pretty hard. But I don't know. It's like he switched up as soon as he got.
And that's what I said too. I was like, I
don't know. It's just something different about him. As soon as he walked into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Like I saw the video of him with his giant ass fur coat and his big sunglasses.
Yeah, now you Hollywood now.
I was like, he didn't look like that.
Yeah, you Hollywood now.
State, man.
Yeah. You went Hollywood now. Yeah.
Like he was still flashy. He was still prime. Whatever. Like that's what I was cool with that. I thought that would have been cool for Nebraska. But man, he just looked wearing like a turtleneck and I don't know.
And then that was the question: would he have fit here? And I said no.
I don't think so.
And I don't. It's not even a racial thing. It's just.
No, I just think his whole thing of like, get out because I'm bringing my own bag.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
I'm bringing my own luggage and stuff. People would have hated that.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked here. You wouldn't have been able to do that here.
Yeah.
It more or less a racial thing is just the foundation that we're built on here. That wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked. I think it would have been more of a distraction, And another thing is, I don't come from the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. We didn't talk like that back in the 90s. Either you was the shit or you wasn't the shit. And usually most of the time the highly touted guy that came in there like really didn't add up to what he was supposed to be anyway.
Well, and that happens a lot. That
happens a lot.
Happens a lot more often. Like how many people that are 5 stars in high school end up playing in the NFL for 10 years?
Maybe let's say one out of is it fair to say 1 out of 25?
Yeah, I mean like Melvin Gordon on the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. He went from he was making the Pro Bowl to being on the practice squad.
Great fucking example. I don't even know if he's in Madden anymore. Matter of fact.
Yeah, probably not.
But I think they just posted it that he had the number 1 recruiting class coming in at Colorado.
Yeah.
I think I read that yesterday. Was that yesterday? It came out the day before yesterday?
Yeah, I'm sure he did, man. And I just don't like
that. Shit don't mean shit on paper.
I don't really like his recruiting style either. He's just tweeting, "I ain't hard to find," and then having people like it's like jump in the portal because you want to be here more than I need you.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not what he meant. That's just what it feels like.
It's the language. He's trying to. I get what he's trying to do, but you in a Power 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be Power 5.
Well, and you look really silly if you.
I think I don't like I said, nobody
losing and shit.
I don't in any sport. I don't know any coach that just came in and overnight. Nobody's gonna overnight. I think it's gonna take them a couple. And you're in the Pac-12, dog. Is it still the Pac-12?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in the fucking Pac-12, homie.
Yeah. I think they'll be good eventually. I just don't think it'll be next year.
You in the Pac-12,
and
man.
I hope it's not next year because we want to beat them.
I think we will. And that's how I ended the argument yesterday.
Think we will too.
I think I had everybody flabbergasted. I'm like, man, we got way better players. I don't think they won a game the year before, and they only went what 1-11 last year.
It is going to be a whole different team, though.
Both of us are
for sure. Well, yeah, that's true.
Both of us are good, and that's when I was telling them. I was like, you think we ain't gonna get guys in here? I mean, you think he didn't load his gun back up either? So it's gonna be interesting.
Matt Rule says that he's watched every single piece of tape on his guys, and he's going to start sliding a lot of people around into different positions.
Hey, man.
Which that's kind of new, too. Like, they do it every once in a while, but he says he's going to move a bunch of guys around. I kind of like that. Like, I'm
Spring games.
I'm holding judgment on them, man.
Spring game. You and Pop going to the spring game?
Mm-mm.
Y'all don't go to the spring game?
Nah.
No. I think I've been to a couple.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like,
yeah, let's get this shit on. Let's get this shit on. Yeah. But I think it'll be sold. I think it might be sold out this year.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's not worth it to me to deal with like an actual game day crowd and traffic and all that shit for the spring game. I'd rather just watch it at home. So especially lately when it's been fucking they've been doing like 2-hand touch and shit.
Yeah. So I tell a lot of people, man, like I've been to NFL games. I've been mainly Broncos games. I think been to a couple Chiefs games, but
are you a Broncos fan?
All day.
Okay.
If I had an NFL team,
yeah,
I'm rolling with the Broncos.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Broncos. Never really been a Chiefs fan.
I want to ask you about Russell Wilson. I want to ask what you think about Russell Wilson.
We can talk about it now.
Yeah, I hate him.
Corniest motherfucker I've ever seen.
I hate him. When I play against him in Madden, I'm like, I hate this motherfucker. He throws a bomb on me, and I'm like, he's not this good.
He's not that good.
He's not this good. Like I play Russell Wilson. I play against the Broncos with. I'm playing with the Eagles lately. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts is cool mostly, and I don't really have a team, so it's like I'll do a couple seasons with one, and then I'll do like I did a couple seasons with the Jaguars. I made Trevor Lawrence really good, and all that stuff. So right now I'm playing the Eagles, and they play the Broncos every once in a while.
Yeah, I fuck with the Broncos.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is putting up like 376 yards and 5 touchdowns. I'm like,
I don't know if it's just because when he played in Seattle, being in the Midwest, we didn't see them play a whole lot unless they played the Chiefs or something like that. So I never really, even in Wisconsin, I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And how did he end up in the NFL?
Yeah, well, he was only at Wisconsin for that 1 year.
That 1 year. Yeah. Was he South Carolina before that?
I think it was NC State.
Yeah, the Broncos got some decisions to make on that.
Yeah, so you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Well,
of
the new
Wilson.
the new head coach said that he wasn't going to let Russell Wilson's private quarterback coach into the facility anymore. Which says to me that he's been bringing his own quarterback coach to practice, which that just seems so fucking dorky.
So now you alienate yourself from the team.
Well, yeah, the whole team fucking hates you probably your quarterback coach doesn't like you. If you're bringing your own quarterback coach to practice,
you saying I ain't doing my job?
It's got to be the most annoying shit in the world.
I can't do my job. You're not gonna allow me to do my job.
So the new head coach says he's not gonna let him do shit like that anymore.
And
he doesn't do himself any favors, man. He's just weird.
Yeah, he's a weird motherfucker. Just straight weird. Yeah, the Broncos got some decisions to make, but I don't know who's out there for us right now. I got to get back into the NFL, man. Got to get back into it. Like I said, I was rolling with Cap so hard, man. I kind of stopped watching. Now they got end racism and let's live together. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything Cap was saying, they got it slogan on the field and shit. They got it on the back of the helmets. And I'm like, damn, dog.
And racism's over now.
Racism's over now.
They did it.
NFL solved the problem for us. Putting this shit on the field everywhere.
We're talking about sports anyway. Do you want to talk about Kobe? We think LeBron murdered Kobe. I don't just kidding. We don't actually think that.
Well, that was the thumbnail to the video that I found.
Do we think that?
But like me and the homies get together, man. We always argue. And I'll admit, like, I didn't appreciate Kobe. I say that. I won't say I wasn't a fan because I always had one eye on him. I just didn't appreciate Kobe in the beginning of his career. So with that being said, I don't know if a lot of people realize this. LeBron passed Kobe. I think it was for the 7th place on the all-time scoring list. LeBron passed Kobe. That very next day, Kobe passed in the helicopter crash. Now, if anybody knows Kobe, how he idolized MJ-23, like the dude walked like MJ, talked like MJ, played like MJ, obviously. If you split the screen, you put MJ on this side, put Kobe on that, it's Mike all day.
Did Kobe say that? Did he say that he idolized Mike and stuff? Did he say that, or is that something people assume? You just assume because the era. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like now, you know, all these kids know is LeBron. You know what I mean? So it was just the era. Mm-hmm. Even the way he wore his uniform, the way he wore his wristbands. I mean, you saw it. You saw it. Kobe was pretty banged up. But we all know what Mike did. You know, he ran off 3 chips,
retired and went and played some baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Came back and ran off 3 more chips, right? Kobe was pretty banged up. But Kobe took that shit personal, I think, when LeBron passed him. I remember when they embraced on the court and Kobe said something. LeBron still hasn't, let us know what Kobe told him that night. Like, he'll hold that shit in forever. But I remember Kobe, like, motherfucker, talking shit. But in my personal belief, I think we were going to see Kobe come back and he was going to be the number 1 leading scorer of all time. I think he took that shit personal when LeBron passed him. Both coming out of high school, both phenoms, both being compared to MJ. I mean, because let's face it, LeBron is the MJ of today.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kobe would have been the number 1 all-time leading scorer. And it might have been just like a race between LeBron and Kobe. But would that have been good for the NBA?
I don't know. Probably. It would have been exciting.
I think
People
so.
would have watched all the games.
I think so.
So Kobe was like, I'm coming back. I'm going to get you, motherfucker.
I think so.
And then,
I think so.
Then LeBron James was like, boop, boop, boop. Like, we need to take care of it.
That was the thumbnail, bro. I was like, what? LeBron did what?
Shit.
I don't know, man. But it's just
That'd be crazy, man.
It's just one of those, I guess we can call it a conspiracy theory.
That'd be crazy. The craziest thing is there is like maybe not that, but there's something like that's happened,
Oh yeah.
There's some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like
get this motherfucker out the way.
Taking each other out.
Yeah, get this motherfucker out the way, man. I need that spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Biggie was probably something like that.
Well, there's some shit going on right now about P. Diddy and Jay-Z, about Biggie and Pac. We'll see how far that goes, though. I guess, but that
what Jay-Z have to do with it?
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Jay-Z couldn't quite get over.
He just wanted to be the best.
Jay-Z was corny as fuck,
he just
bro.
wanted to be the best rapper out there.
Yeah, Jay-Z was corny as fuck when he first came out, man. He was corny. Like, I remember.
Like, I get P. Diddy because he probably had some like skin in the game and shit.
Yeah, he definitely had skin in the game.
Yeah, but
Jay-Z was just corny as fuck, and he wasn't on nobody's playlist back then, And as far as like Brooklyn, New York hip hop back in that era, it was big. It was either big or Wu-Tang, and I think they even battled a little bit in the music industry, but it was big all day. Jay-Z was just, to me, it was even cornier back then. Bit a lot of people's style.
I think that's true. How many rumors are there about who had Biggie killed though? There's a shit ton, right? Which one do you think is the most true?
Which one do I? Well, the Tupac thing.
What do you think actually happened?
About the big thing?
With Biggie. We'll do both. We'll do Biggie and Tupac. But we'll start with Biggie. What do you think? What do you think actually happened? Like, for real?
Well, this is 20-something years plus. The rumor was that he was about to leave Puff or P. Diddy, whoever the fuck you want to call him. And if you've been a fan of hip hop, and this is just through my knowledge of following hip hop, like everybody that P. Diddy's like dealt with, everybody's dead, bro. Every single person that he's ever dealt with is dead. Andre Harrell, Heavy D, all of them are dead. Kim Porter, his wife, they said she was poisoned and shit. Everybody dead, but this motherfucker's still alive. I'll be sure, all dead. Everybody's dead. So it's kind of like, damn, dog. It's hard not to believe, your shit. The Tupac thing, and it's just because, back then I was in the streets. I've been on the West Coast. I've been to the Southwest part of the country. So I know the politics of that shit. Tupac wasn't no gang member. I think anybody from the street, especially, these hoods, they still standing today. Tupac wasn't a gang member. Tupac's homeboys probably should have been like, yo, bro, this ain't the spot for you. Let's get you up out of here. Instead, motherfuckers being motherfuckers, they let him, get involved in some LA gang politics. And Tupac was from Oakland, the Bay Area, and the Bay Area, and tell me if I'm wrong, anybody, but the Bay Area don't gangbang like Southern California. Like, you very rarely gonna see Blue and Red or Bloods and Crips, and especially in the Bay Area. So Tupac should have had nothing to do. That was LA gang politics. He should have just stepped out, got in his limo, and went on to the, wherever he was at. the dude in the video, I don't know if that video's still floating around, but his name, motherfuckers knew who Baby Lane was. You know what I'm saying? And, you got, just like the military, you got your captains, you got your lieutenants, you got your grunts, you got your motherfuckers that go hunt. You know what I mean? And Baby Lane was a hitter. This dude was a known hitter. Like he was gonna get you in the grocery store, the gas station, wherever. That's the dude that Tupac kicked in the head on the ground. That's why Tupac's no longer here. He got involved. He got involved with some LA gang politics that he should never. There was no conspiracy to the Tupac murder. I didn't believe that for once. If you a street cat and you was involved in that shit, blood and Crippin' and all, LA for one is the birthplace of the Bloods and Crips. The politics are real out there. Like you can't just go land in LA and think you just gonna move like that. And Pac, was a big name. Motherfuckers get stripes in the hood for killing Tupacs and you know what I mean, and Ice Cubes and motherfuckers like that. They get stripes for that shit. So really, I never really believed the conspiracy about the Tupac thing.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely.
Yeah, he should have had nothing to do with that.
That makes sense, man. If it sounds like a horse, it probably is.
It probably is.
We talked about this a little bit before the show too, but I want to talk about the Confederados. Is what they're called.
Yeah.
Confederados, huh? These are Confederate expatriates who fled the southern United States after the Civil War, and they're Brazilian descendants because they've been there for a while. So I didn't know this, but they were actually enticed to Brazil by Emperor Dom Pedro II, who offered them cheap land because he wanted to gain expertise in cotton farming. He wanted Brazil to start exporting cotton.
Yeah, just say that.
I guess who knew how to farm cotton better than
interesting fucking cotton.
That. Yeah, so it's estimated that about 20,000 American Confederates
down there now.
Yeah. Most settled in Sao Paulo, where they founded the city of Americana. And dude, it looks like you just Google it, I guess. But I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and it looks like a little American city. Like they got little churches but it's in Brazil.
What's the population?
Let me see.
Today, or whenever.
I think we'll get there. I'm gonna keep reading a little bit. They have a big old cemetery. Where there's a bunch of them buried. Because they're Protestant religion, they cannot be buried in a Catholic cemetery. So they created their own cemeteries, the first non-Catholic, non-indigenous cemetery in Brazil.
Right, because that's all.
Yeah, it's the first Protestant non-indigenous.
What kind of deals
cemetery.
they make?
I don't know.
God damn.
I don't know.
Shit, this blows my mind.
They still foster a connection with their history through the Fraternity of American Descendants, an organization dedicated to preserving the unique mixed culture. So they have like a whole organization.
So they embrace it.
Yeah, they embrace it
so
real
celebrate it.
Real hard. They have a big old festival with a bunch of Confederate flags. They dress in Confederate uniforms.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, food of the they make Southern food.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, dude, it's straight up. It looks like just a bunch of white people in Confederate uniforms eating fucking baked beans and shit.
Get the fuck out speaking Spanish.
Barbecuing. Probably speaking Portuguese. But no, they speak English.
Okay, there would be some English.
Yeah.
I wonder if that where South America come in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Huh.
Let's see. Let me try to find it.
That's deep that's crazy as fuck.
How many are there now?
Bunch of white dudes down in
Let's see.
Sao Paulo out of all places.
Number of American descendants by state. All right. How many do you think?
We talking 18.
About 20,000 people moved there in the first place. And that was 1860s, 1870. How many? This isn't people that live in the village. This is how many descendants total.
That's then spread out
in Brazil. Yeah.
Fuck. Maybe 5 million.
Oh well, 260,000.
Oh, they ain't fucking.
But that's way more than I thought.
Yeah, way more than I thought.
Yeah, they just went and moved into the wilderness and chopped all the trees down.
Shit, I would have had 30 kids down in that motherfucker, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of Confederate flags down there because people in Brazil don't care. Like they
probably don't even know what the fuck
they don't
they
even know
doing.
what the fuck it is.
You know, it's like we see weird shit. Like, what the
Yeah, I
fuck?
mean, well, they probably know what it is, but they don't have the same like connotations, or they don't know the history, or they don't necessarily know. They don't think about slavery and shit when they see it.
Yeah, because there was some slavery
The
down
Civil
there
War.
too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it them?
I'm sure.
Did they bring slaves? They probably stole, like, motherfucker, you ain't free, you coming with me.
It doesn't say anything about that.
No?
But probably. I mean, that's. Yeah,
Or maybe
how would they
maybe it was a lover. Like, baby, let's go.
I mean, that probably definitely happened.
Damn, that's crazy. I remember hearing something about that, but I never dug into it. These motherfuckers got Confederate flag.
Yeah, man, that's pretty wild.
Chicken and shit.
And
Beans.
let's do. Then we were talking about how many Nazis in Brazil.
Bam.
Or it's Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina.
Let's do this one too. The 7 most notorious Nazis who escaped to South America.
Shit.
I kind of like this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of into this, man.
Some of the engineers and shit.
Adolf Eichmann, which Adolf
Sounds familiar.
You're off to a bad start, man.
Sounds familiar.
You think anybody's named Adolf anymore? Maybe we'll Google that too. Maybe. But do you think Adolf is like they're just like just?
I think there's a black dude in the NBA. He's even a black dude named Adolf.
Really? I don't because if it's like a family name or something, like I'm Adolf.
Is it Adolf or is it Adolf?
Oh, I don't know. What's the difference?
Really?
Just how I say it.
Just how you say it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Walter.
Like, would it be better if it was
Adolf?
It'd be better if it was Adolf.
Nah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be. Nah. Your name Adolf. Nah,
yeah, like,
it ain't right.
You want to hear?
Damn.
Okay, so Adolf Eichmann. He's the world's most famous, or the world's most wanted Nazi.
Never caught him.
He was the architect of Hitler's final solution to exterminate the Jews from Europe. He masterminded the Nazi network of death camps that resulted.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
he was the death camp guy.
Yeah, he masterminded. He planned the whole thing out.
I think
he's like, here's how we do this.
Maybe he even had a wife. Maybe.
Shit. He ordered he orchestrated the identification, assembly, and transportation of Jews to Auschwitz, Treblinka, and other death camps.
Yeah, they sent him around to open death camps or some shit.
After World War II ended, he went into hiding in Austria, and he escaped to Argentina with some falsified documents. He went to Buenos Aires under the alias Ricardo Clement. Like, he looks like a Ricardo.
And the best way to fucking escape is by boat.
Damn, dude. He lived with his wife and 4 children in a middle-class Buenos Aires suburb and worked at a Mercedes-Benz factory.
Yes, yeah. Mercedes-Benz. There's a V-Dub factory down there, too. I was like, what? Like my car. Like, I had my old
crazy. This dude went from building Auschwitz to just making
chilling.
Mercedes-Benzes.
To just chilling. Well, ain't no engineering. What's the commercial saying? There's no engineering.
That's crazy.
Like German engineering.
Damn, in 1960, Israel sent some special forces in there and kidnapped him and dragged his ass out of there.
Oh, so they did get him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
In 1960, yeah, he was found guilty after a 4-month trial. Received the only death sentence ever issued by an Israeli court. Ever. They hung him in 1962.
Makes sense. Makes complete sense.
Yeah, so there you go. There's that one. I've heard of him. Joseph Mengele.
Never heard that one.
He's a doctor nicknamed the Angel
Doctor,
of Death.
see, like I said, he was top-notch motherfuckers.
Yeah, he conducted experiments. He was an SS officer. He was wounded and declared unfit for duty. He was assigned to Auschwitz. There he used prisoners, particularly twins, pregnant women, and disabled, as human guinea pigs for experiments.
Damn, I should know that name.
He tortured and killed children, apparently, that's pretty bad. But
yeah, rest in peace, homie.
He spent 3 years in hiding in Germany after World War II. That's a long time to stay in hiding there, man. You think he'd be famous. But he fled to Argentina, where he owned a medical equipment shop, remarried under his own name. He didn't even change his name.
Didn't he? Gangster. Damn.
Yeah, he lived in Buenos Aires. He's probably hanging out with the other guy a lot. They were.
That's what I was gonna say. Did they all just roll out together, or you go, dog, then I'll be there? Did they go together?
Oh, so he was living in Buenos Aires too, and then the other guy got captured by the Israeli special. He got kidnapped.
And he got the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh shit!" And then he went to Paraguay, and then he went to Brazil. And then he got extradited to Germany by Argentina. I guess he went back to Argentina at some point. Nazi hunters pursued him for decades. There's a whole group of
Task force
Nazi
for his
hunters.
ass, huh?
Yeah. He drowned off the Brazilian coast in 1979.
Well, karma.
Felled by a stroke. He had a stroke and fell in the water and drowned.
Karma.
His death wasn't even verified until like 8 years later.
That's weird.
Yeah. Very weird. Walter Ralph, an SS colonel.
Sounds familiar.
He was instrumental in the construction and implementation of the mobile gas chambers responsible for killing. So he built the gas chambers.
See, all these dudes are fitting pieces to the puzzle. Like,
he oversaw the modifications of trucks that diverted their exhaust fumes into air. Yeah, that's how they started. Did you know that? They just like backed their trucks up and then just hooked the exhaust in through the windows and made them like airtight and just started their trucks until everybody in there died.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how they started.
I did not know that.
And then eventually they got more efficient or whatever.
I did not know that.
Gas chambers. But yeah, at first they just started their trucks and just killed them that way. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But that was this guy's idea. He oversaw Gestapo operations in northwest Italy. He gained a reputation for utter ruthlessness, infamous for indiscriminate execution of Jews and pretty much everybody else. Jews and locals. They arrested him, and then he escaped from an American camp and hid in Italian convents, I guess with the nuns and shit.
Wow.
After serving as a military advisor to the president of Syria, he fled back to Italy and escaped to Ecuador before settling in Chile, where he lived under his own name. This dude didn't change his name either. And that was the 40s when you could just be like, oh, yeah, my name is Hector Valdez.
Whatever, right.
And they would just be like, okay.
Yeah, it would be easy to move around like that.
Yeah, and they'd be like, oh, well, let me see your ID. And you'd just be like, oh, it got wet and it's ruined. And I don't have it anymore, but my name's Hector Valdez.
Yeah, it'd be real easy to move around.
I'm from Ecuador. And I've never, ever left Ecuador, ever. So, yeah. And why wouldn't you change your name? Because you want people to know you did that shit? Like, are they that fucked up? I don't know.
Yeah, we talk about some sadistic fucking...
We'll see. This is why I'm interested in this article, because he went from organizing things that killed hundreds of thousands of people to working at a crab shack, basically.
That's funny.
He was the manager at a king crab cannery.
That's funny. That's even some sadistic shit to me, man.
Yeah.
You ever seen that done?
And then he was a spy for a little bit.
For who?
Okay, well, this is for West Germany.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that was a good one or the bad one. I think the good one. That was the not communist one. I don't know. Anyway, how he got caught is kind of ridiculous. So he wanted his pension from Germany. He sent a letter. He sent a letter to the German VA.
I want my bread.
And he was like, "Hey, I want my pension for all my service in the 40s.
Send me my bread."
And they were like, "Oh, they're like, this is you." And then he got extradited and he died in jail.
Yeah, he didn't think that out. All money ain't good money.
German and Chilean mourners at his funeral gave Nazi salutes and chanted Heil Hitler. German and Chilean.
What the fuck?
So he was doing some work.
He was doing some converting, wasn't he?
Yeah. Franz Stangl.
Heard this name.
Nicknamed the White Death.
Yeah.
He wore a white uniform and carried a whip. And then it's like the presentation, like the showmanship. Like, what is it? What is that about?
Because they did have it, didn't they? Even their marches.
I'm the only motherfucker wearing I'm the White Death, and I wear a white uniform. Like, it's just fucking weird. Like, and I have a whip. Like, it just seems, I don't know. Seems kind of sus to me. But anyway. He worked on the euthanasia program, under which the Nazis killed those with mental and physical disabilities. He later served as the commandant of 2 death camps. 100,000 people believed to have been murdered during his tenure.
Crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy.
Responsible for 100,000 deaths before he moved to the second camp where he was directly responsible for 900,000
That's
deaths.
crazy as fuck.
Like that's
a
one
milli, man.
That's one guy being directly responsible for 1,000,000 people dying.
He couldn't, man.
Fucking insane, dude. How does that even happen?
How do you find peace?
This is a whole conversation. How does that even happen? Like, how did what environment created people that even want to do that?
That's a great fucking
Like,
question.
who wants to yeah, I'll stamp 1,000,000 pieces of paper. That means
that's a great fucking question.
Are gonna die. He was captured by the Americans but escaped to Italy, just like the other guy. How many people are escaping?
What is it with Italy?
I don't know. Well, Italy was kind of in World War I. Italy was like,
yeah, they were kind of in the middle.
They were
of
kind of
shit,
fucked up. Yeah, so I don't know. And then he traveled to Syria on a Red Cross passport.
What is it with fucking Syria? That's the second guy to Syria, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Back then?
I don't know. And then he ended up in Brazil, and he worked at Volkswagen under his own name. He didn't change his name. Killed 1,000,000 people. Didn't even think he needed to change his name.
And he landed in.
Volkswagen,
did they get down there and stake claim to the land?
I don't know. Volkswagen, they don't. I guess
they
didn't do background checks. Or
if my homie gets down there and like, yo, this is my shit.
I guess was there no way for Volkswagen to be like, oh, this is Franz Stengel, the guy that was in charge of these two death cases. You know, I just don't. I don't know. I guess he wouldn't be that famous. Like there would be people, would be people looking for him, but
that news definitely.
I mean, people in Brazil probably. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know any names like that or anything. But anyway, he worked for Volkswagen under his own name. He was arrested in 1967 after being tracked down by a Holocaust survivor. That's so.
Wow, let's hear those stories. Where are those stories?
Let's make a movie about that. Like you seen Taken with Liam Neeson? He's like,
I've never seen it.
A particular set of skills and blah. Like I want a movie like that.
Where's that story? Make a movie about that shit. Yeah, I got your ass now, motherfucker.
That tracks down Nazis, man. That's
woo. Yeah, I need to.
He was tried and found guilty of the mass murder of 900,000 people, and he died of heart failure.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, for real. Might as well finish this out, man. We're on the last couple. Joseph Schwamberger. He's an Austrian Nazi, an SS commandant in charge of 3 labor camps in the Jewish ghettos of Poland.
Ghettos. I tell people that word, where that word came from.
He always carried around a horsewhip and a German Shepherd trained to attack people. This is it's like some James Bond shit, man. They're like supervillains.
Yeah.
Like they do. This is so like cartoon. It's like a.
Cartoonish, that's it. Yeah, that's what I would see a picture of a German soldier. I'm like, you ready to fight or you ready to walk the fashion fucking run?
He arrived at a forced labor camp. Prisoners died by the hundreds. Many of him he just shot because he wanted to. He organized the mass execution of 500 prisoners at a camp. Personally executed 35 people, shooting them in the back of the neck. Which probably doesn't even kill him right away. That's like a horrible way to die. Yeah.
And to watch that shit.
And then he sent a bunch of people to Auschwitz. He cleansed a city of Jews. Like, he straight up, there was no more Jews in the city at all. He made sure. Okay. He was arrested in Austria in 1945. He escaped to Italy in 1948. And months later arrived in Argentina, where he lived openly under his own name, and Argentina even made him a citizen.
Yeah, that blows.
Is Argentina fucked up or what?
Like
they just didn't give a fuck. They were cool with it. They were like, cool,
come on down.
They were like, nice work.
Damn,
I don't know. I don't know anything about Argentina. That's
me neither.
He was sought for Germany for extradition in 1973, so he was down there like 30 years, almost like chilling. Like they got him when they were old men.
Right. A lot of them.
He returned to Germany in 1990 to stand trial. Witnesses at the trial said they had seen him throw prisoners onto bonfires, kill Jews kneeling beside mass graves, and slam children's heads against walls because he didn't want to waste a bullet.
Wow.
He was found guilty of 7 counts of murder, 32 cases of accessory to murder, and died in prison at the age of 92. Congratulations to him. 6, Erich Prebke, mid-level SS commander, member of the Gestapo. He participated in a massacre in Rome in which the Nazis slaughtered 335 people because some Italians killed 33
Yeah, I was gonna
Germans.
say I thought they was cool.
I guess not.
Mm.
He admitted killing 2 of the Italians, but claimed he was only following orders. He also signed off on the transport of 2,000 Jews to Auschwitz. Served as the Nazi go-to with the Vatican. So the Nazis were sending people to the Vatican to like talk to the Pope and shit. But they left the Vatican alone because the Vatican's its own like it's its own country,
whatever you want to call it, yeah, province or whatever.
Yeah. So they left Vatican alone, I guess, because they sent like a liaison, like a go-between, a communicator. Like they didn't try to take over the Vatican at all because they were probably Catholics. They were like, that's too far.
Okay, yeah.
They were like, killing 6 million people, that's cool, but we got to leave the Pope alone.
Interesting.
I wonder what the Pope thought about it. Like, that'd be so weird. Because you know how the Pope now is saying stuff like, dogs don't go to heaven, so get over it.
You know what I'm saying? He's talking shit. I'm like, damn.
He's like, it's cool to be gay, but don't do gay stuff.
Yeah, in so many words. Yeah, that confused me too.
So was the Pope back then like, this is what I think about Nazis, or this is what I think about Jews? Like,
that's
so
interesting.
fucking, that is so
interesting.
Crazy. So crazy. But this guy, he escaped from a British war camp, finally not an American one, by cutting through barbed wire while his guards were all drunk. What the fuck are they doing?
Goddamn,
you're guarding Nazis, dude. He fled to Argentina on a falsified Red Cross passport. There you go. Settled in a beautiful mountain town, San Carlos, where he operated a Viennese deli. So he sold like Italian food.
That's funny.
And worked at a German school under his own name, of course.
At a school?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. In 1994, his past was revealed to the world after an ambush interview by an NBC newsman. So they were like, oh, hey, we want to interview you for this show. And he was like, oh, okay, that'd be fun. And they were like, are you this Nazi? They just ambushed him on live TV, I guess. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember that or not.
Sentenced to life imprisonment to be served under house arrest. He got house arrest for life.
How old was he? Fucking almost.
Yeah, it was 1994. Yeah. He did live to be 100. Died in 2013 at the age of 100.
Damn. Oh man.
His funeral resulted in a clash between fascist and anti-fascist protesters, and he was buried in a secret location after Argentina refused to have him on its soil.
So by then they fully understood what the history was.
Yep. Okay. And last one, and then we'll stop reading you a list of Nazis and let you get back to work or whatever you're doing when you're listening to us. Gerard Bonnie. I don't know. Bohne. Gerard Bonne. Yeah, Gerard Boney. A lawyer and SS officer. He headed the Third Reich's work group of sanatoriums and nursing homes. That doesn't sound good. And he was responsible for the logistics of Hitler's T4 euthanasia program. So there you go. Claiming to be a mercy killer, he was instead among the leaders who carried out the systematic extermination in order to purify the Aryan race. So basically, he euthanized people with incurable diseases, mental illnesses, and pretty much whatever other handicaps. The program killed some 200,000 Germans. This isn't like Italians or Polish people or, Austrian. This is 200,000 Germans. And this isn't even Jews. This is like
his own people?
Yeah, but they had handicaps and stuff. Victims were led to gas chambers and then cremated. Damn, that would fucking suck to die in a gas chamber, man.
Right.
Ugh.
You feel it, you hear it, you see it.
He fled to Argentina in 1949 disguised as a technician. He later admitted that his helpers gave him... Oh, so the country's president gave him papers and stuff to, get into the country.
I'm going to have to look into Argentina, man. Y'all don't sound right. Y'all sound like y'all crooked than a motherfucker.
At least in the 40s.
At least in the 40s.
Maybe not anymore. But
maybe not no more. I got to look into y'all.
And then that guy got, he got ousted by a coup. And the people that were in charge then sent him back to Germany. They were like, yeah, we don't really want you here. He went to court. They let him out on bail. And then he fled to Argentina again. And then they extradited him again. And then they declared him unfit to stand trial. He survived another 15 years. So they just let this one go. They were like, you know what? You can't even stand trial.
Probably ended up in America.
Yeah, and then 15 years later, he died in 1981. So
No, they didn't say where.
No.
No.
No. So there you go. The 7 most notorious Nazis who escaped to South America. And that's who escaped to South America. Who knows
Right.
how many ended up other places?
These are all top dogs. All these motherfuckers had skills.
Yeah, these were like the top dogs.
To when they, oh man,
who orchestrated everything. Real crazy. So yeah, hopefully that was interesting or something. I thought it was kind of interesting.
It is. I'm into that. I'm into that history shit. So
Yeah.
I never like I said, I had heard of some, like, there's islands like bayous and islands, Florida Keys, off the Carolinas and all that shit. I knew a lot of them had escaped, and went to some of those islands off of our region, but I didn't know they.
Well, a lot of them ended up. Maybe we can talk about this next week, but a lot of them ended up coming and working for NASA and shit.
Yeah,
building rockets.
Exactly.
So we wanted them pretty bad.
Exactly.
They had some really good scientists, man.
What they say? There's at least
like
13 of them that got over here.
Yeah, Nazis had some. Like they made submarines. Right? Wasn't it them that made submarines?
I think I read a book quite some years ago. Man, I haven't read so many books, man. But the what was the name of that damn book? I think it was written in the 40s about the UFO phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it started in the 40s. The UFO phenomenon started in the 40s. After.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think we're lucky we won that war, man. Honestly.
Yeah, because shit would be fucking crazy.
Weird.
This would not be America.
No, it would not.
This would not be America.
So yeah, hopefully that
little motherfucker wanted to take over everything, and was successful in his campaign there for a little while, taking over shit.
Hopefully this gets your second part of the week off to a good start. A lot of Nazi talk. Talked about some sports that most of you probably don't even care about. Nebraska basketball. But hey, whatever.
NIT tournament, dog.
Yeah, I think.
For sure.
Hey, I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think we can win.
I'm gonna start watching them.
I think we can
on TV and stuff.
I think we can win that. Last NIT tournament, we were supposed to play Creighton. It would have been a Creighton in Nebraska NIT. Do you remember that?
No.
Me and my wife, we were actually down in San Antonio. We beat Baylor. No. Baylor beat us. It's when they had the 7-7 dude, Taco Fall. They beat us, man. But if we would have beat Baylor that year, it would have been a Nebraska Creighton NIT in San Antonio that year. We just happened to be there, but we lost that game. That's probably the last time. I think the NIT. I know we got an NIT tournament championship under our belt. I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe we'll have another one.
We're about to get another one. I feel it.
Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Check us out wherever you listen to your stuff. If you're not watching the videos are on YouTube and on Spotify. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok a little bit. People every day are still commenting on that 50 Cent thing.
On the 50 Cent one?
Yeah, man.
Nah, 50's my dog, man. Like I said, I'm not a Jay-Z fan. And I'll reiterate it. 50's my dog, man. 50 got me through the penitentiary.
Yeah, check us out.
Don't believe nothing he says.
Check us out on whatever social media you use. Listen to us wherever you listen to us. Tell your friends. We don't advertise or anything. So the only way we're going to get new listeners is if you tell people to listen. I feel like
it's about organic growth.
Oh, I feel like Mr. Rogers, we need the help from viewers like you, but we do.
We do.
So yeah,
organic growth.
Tell your friends who listen to the podcast. You can only listen to, there's one episode a week of all your favorite podcasts. You're at work 8 hours a day. You got time for one more podcast. One more podcast
with some real shit.
And so do all your friends.
Tell your mama too.
Yeah, tell your mama. All right. Have a good week.